Yellow, 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 yellow. It is Tuga Tuesdays
Tuesday.
night here. Again, we're back after a long 14 days. The longest 14 days of my life, actually. Huh? It's too much, man. I'm so glad that the national FIFA break, they're not coming back until March. So take a rest. Go watch your national teams on, I don't know, somewhere else, okay? But we our leagues, bro. We need our leagues, all right? And such a dramatic comeback. And this is the title for the show today. This is the title for the show. I was talking to Derek earlier, right? And I was gonna tell you I got the perfect title for this. And this is the title. How to lose a league in 14 days. Right?
I thought you were gonna say Titanic Part 2. Yeah.
Oh no, brother. Thank you guys. Thank you, Mauricio Rano. Thank you, Derek Gomez, for coming in tonight. We don't have the Porto boys, we don't have the Benfica boys. Nice. So because they're different issues, different stuff for their lives right now. It's just kind of it's busy for everyone, right? But we'll miss you guys. Mikey says he's gonna come back right before the derby. So it's after Christmas or so. It's 29, right? It's on the 29th, right?
Wow, that's an eternity in soccer.
I know. It's gonna be a long time.
A lot of things can happen between now and then. That's for sure.
Yes, sir. A lot.
Very true.
A lot.
True.
There's no Benfiquistas here, but there are Benfiquistas on TikTok. That's my boy Chris Sousa from Toronto, Canada. He's joining us here tonight on TikTok, and I'm here on YouTube. We're everywhere on all the platforms around the planet, and to talk to. Oh my God, I did not see this one coming. Nobody saw this one coming.
Yeah, all right.
But when you make 5 substitutions in 4 days from your 5 starters, it doesn't give you a good vibe, right? 5 starters out because, oh my God, we lost to Arsenal. Such a shame. Let's change the entire team. Mr. Pereira got a few things to talk about Pereira, of course. I don't know. We got a bit sporting. He's here with us tonight. Yeah, that's one thing, right? And of course, the awakening of the Dragons in the second half. They were after that Black November for Porto. They finally bounced back and got a victory by the first 45. The first 45 minutes. They were nowhere to be found. No leadership, no distribution manager, no Samu, no Fabio, nobody, no Galina, nothing, and no one showed up on the first 45 for Porto, for the Benfiquistas. I know we're going to talk about the fouls. We're going to talk about the penalties. Godinho. We know Godinho. They know Godinho.
That's it.
But
it's Godinho being Godinho. So.
We're going to talk about the officiating, of course, right? But I would love for you guys. I know you're Sportingistas at heart, right? Please don't blame on the referees at all, right? I've been following and reading everywhere. The Benfica, we got the title now. Like, no. But anyway, we're gonna talk about everything here, everything. So now we're gonna welcome here my boys here tonight, Mr. Derek Gomez.
Yes,
I gotta say this before you talk, brother. I love that you are fully loaded with your scarf, with all your colors. That's a true supporter. That's when you need. That was when your team needs you the most. Yeah. You're there. Thank you for being like that, brother.
No, of course. Yeah, I mean, I remember the year that we finished 7th place, and I still didn't miss a game. I watched every minute of the season. The love is so deep that it really doesn't matter, where they are on the table or how they're playing. I'm going to continue to watch. I'm going to continue to support. But yeah, right now, obviously, I think Mauricio will have my back here. There's a lot to be concerned about.
I
A lot. A lot.
I agree with
And
Derek.
welcome, Mauricio, please. And by the way, Rogerio Mato says that you need to rep some sporting. What's up with sporting gear? Huh? What's up with that?
That's my cousin. I know he's rubbing it in.
Okay.
He's a diehard Sportingista, just like me. He watches the games. Cool. Yeah, he watches the games along with me. We chat back and forth, and there's a lot to talk about. And Derek's right.
Yeah. There's a lot to talk.
There's a lot
of things to unpack. Yeah.
Yes, but like Derek just said, we're not ones to blame or go on top of the ref. There's other things to worry about.
A lot of things to worry about. I want to, of course, we want to kick off the show with the Sportingistas because you're still on the top of the standings. You're still leading, but only but a few points now. Only a few points, and then now you got Porto breathing on your neck and coming after you. BENFICA recovering, finding the way to win games without Tuga scoring, and then many things that they're not coming your way. They're actually coming. They're pulling you from your being in your way. Okay, but I want to mention this. We're gonna, of course, we're gonna talk about the tactics of the setup of the team, who played better, who didn't play, who didn't show up, right? But I want to point this out because I think it's important. I think it's crucial for Sporting this season after Ruben Amorim left. 2 events that really got me worried about Joe Pereira. I was watching the Arsenal game, right?
Yeah.
1 goal, 2 goals, 3 goals, 4 goals. My God, it was just a catastrophe, right?
Yeah, it was. The goals were way too easy.
And the camera pointed him out, right?
And he's watching on the tablet.
Alone by himself on the bench, shaking. The guy looked like he had hypothermia or something. You can't give me that image, brother. You can't give me that image, right? The guy was just like, it looks like
he's been giving off the whole deer in headlights vibe.
And then the very next day, the very next day, not the very next day, but the next couple of days, he decides to go and switch 5 starters from the best 11 that they have, and then ended up putting them all back in the same game. So, hitting the panic button at the first sign of adversity, it's not it's a horrendous sign. Guys, Derek, what do you think about this, man?
Yeah, I think this is going to be the topic of the night. I think it's important to talk about this, and to sort of try to be, objectional about it, because BENFICA sort of went through the same thing there with Roger Schmidt, and I was, pretty much aligned with Mike D about when they let go of Roger Schmidt. I didn't think it was appropriate to let him go last year, but me and Mike D were aligned on. After the Morenense game for Roger Schmidt, there was no coming back, and I think it was they cut ties with him at the right time. So I kept a cool head about it. People are like, oh well, you want Roger Schmidt to stay there because he's bad for BENFICA. No, I tried to be objectional about the coaches and what's best for these individual teams. Right now I knew we were in trouble. After the Arsenal game, obviously, it looked like, in that first half of the Arsenal game, Sporting were not prepared to play Arsenal. So I don't think that João Pereira did a good job of preparing the team, of getting the team ready mentally, to play Arsenal. They looked very tight, very nervous, making, very sort of like, infantile, uncharacteristic mistakes in that first half, which led to very easy goals. Arsenal was basically doing the same thing over and over again, and he failed to make the adjustments, to stop Arsenal. But so I was curious to see what he was going to say after the match. So I was watching the Flash interview, and in the Flash interview, he chalked it up to an error in casting, and he used that exact term, error in casting. I'm like, error in casting, okay. So then the press conference, which was 15 minutes after the Flash interview, one of the reporters, like that was on my mind too, one of the reporters asked him, can you elaborate on what error in casting meant? And then at the press conference, he said, "I sincerely do not remember saying that." And he had said that 15 minutes ago. So at that point, I was thinking to myself, I think we're in trouble here.
I know.
That like hit me like, I'm like, you just said it 15 minutes ago. Now you're saying that you didn't say it. So this like shows me that this guy is just very uncomfortable. And he didn't really know how to cope with that loss. Then we all know what happened on Saturday. And again, he's just giving these responses in these press conferences that are just token responses. I was watching very closely on Saturday, and it appeared that he watched half the game on the tablet, which that's usually left for the assistants, where he can focus on the field and focus on the players and give instructions. So it's sort of like he's hiding behind the tablet. He doesn't seem comfortable out there. And I don't think he has a good team around him either. The assistant coach looked like he was 25. And his main assistant, Tiago Teixeira, who's technically the manager right now because he doesn't have his UEFA license yet. I saw a couple of viewed a couple of press conferences with him before the Amarante game, and he just came across to me as a real soft touch. Not a real sort of a pushover. So I don't think he has a great support system around him. And at the beginning, I've been given this a lot of thought. I want to be rational about it. I don't want to overreact. But looking at this, in my opinion, I watched the movie the other night, and it reminded me of this whole situation. Just watching a silly comedy with my wife, some silly 80s comedy, and it was about this guy who absolutely was this dream girl. He loved this girl. He somehow got a date with her, and then he realized the date was a disaster, and he realized this girl isn't the one. I think Varandas really wants João Pereira to be the one.
He wants. Yeah, okay, I get what you're saying.
But he's not. This guy is grossly underqualified for this position. This isn't a Sporting that was in fourth place, struggling, just trying to get back into the mix of things. This is a defending champion. This is a team that had 90 points last season, that scored 96 goals. This was a team that won 23 consecutive home league matches. This is a team that scored a goal in every game last season, and of course, they won the first 11 games, so they scored a goal in the first 11 games, obviously in this season. He flushed all those records down the toilet in his first league game. We didn't score a goal, and we lost, for the first time at home in well over a year for the league. And it was the first time we lost since the Guimarães match last winter. It was almost a year without losing. And this guy in one game pulled it off. I don't like how Varandas approached this whole thing. When he came to this team, he came with us. He came at the end of 2021. He retired with Sporting, and then they made him. They put him right into the coaching staff. Coaching the U23s. I think at that point the decision was already made. This guy's he's going to be the successor, without really demonstrating that he's qualified enough to take on a team of this magnitude. So, I mean, you can't blame João Pereira. I think he's the last one to blame. This was Frederic Varandas trying to manufacture a manager, when I don't think managers cannot be manufactured. It's an innate ability. I think managers, you either got it or you don't. You can't manufacture a manager, and I think that's what we really want.
You can't manufacture leaders.
Yeah. There are some people that are natural born leaders. In order to be a successful coach, you have to be a natural born leader. That's something that's a prerequisite. If you're not a natural born leader, you're not going to be a successful manager.
Right. And of course, the Benfiquistas are happy, like Cristiano Oliveira.
I mean, listen, and I don't want to say anything rash. I don't want to overreact. But in my humble opinion, this guy should have been fired yesterday. And this is how I feel about this. This Moreirense
Right.
game is coming up on Thursday. This Moreirense is coming up on Thursday. If
I
we
mean,
lose that game,
that's really,
that
really.
is the most. That's the most important game this season. I hope you're on the call. That is the most important game.
I am.
If they lose that game, I'm telling you right now, they're not going to go to Belgium and win.
No.
I'm telling you that right now. They're going to lose in Belgium, and after losing in Belgium, they're coming back to Alvalade. There's going to be people there waiting with the pitchforks and the blowtorches, waiting for Sporting to come back.
All right. So this is a question. Now, this is the question for Mauricio here. Okay. Obviously, this is the worst moment for Sporting in years. I don't remember Sporting being in this position when they feel lost. When there's no captain, there's no leadership. They lost their power.
The ship without a captain.
I'm gonna ask you this, Mauricio. So, do you think that this emotional, because it's emotional, this is all emotional. It has nothing to do with the tactics and everything. No, it's emotional. All right, it's an emotional meltdown. Is it gonna go away quick, or you think it's gonna last?
It's not gonna go quick. So I had the same type of conversation with my cousin, like Derek had just pointed out with Verandas. Like, do you think he pushed this on us, like to say, you know what? I had this guy. He was going to take over in the beginning of the year. If Amorim would have left, this was our plan. I feel like he injected that us into the fans and all to give more belief into Pereira than what they believe in him. Because to be honest with you, he's not my first pick. Neither was Amorim. I'm amazed at what he did. But Amorim had more experience. He had Gazapia. He had those games with Braga. He had everything. And all that.
He showed some promise. He did.
Yes, exactly. And that's what I feel like when I spoke with my cousin and everything. I feel like, do you think he just popped him up to make us even more comfortable? Not that, lessen the pressure, all that stuff. This is the guy I wanted. This is like Derek said, manufacturing the trainer, like trying to push him in. And like what Derek said, this is going to be very important now because the blueprint's out. Arsenal already showed it. Santa Clara pretty much copied it. Everyone's going to double Gyökeres. They're going to go high press on our backs. They're going to let you play with it in the middle. And when Gyökeres gets the ball, don't let him turn. And if he does, you foul him. That's it. They're not letting that guy get the ball. Like the blueprint's
intelligent fouls.
Yeah, and they're going to set up that wall in front of the goalie. And that's what they did. And Sporting right now is like their coach. It's like a deer in headlights. They didn't know what to do. And the coach was sitting there, and I feel like the coach, Pereira, he's trying to play like my talent of this team will take over. Well, that's not the case all the time in these games. They need a coach. They need a strategy. They need a plan. How to attack. How to defend. Even on defense, I know the offense is struggling, but even on defense, Diomande, that Arsenal game, even this game with Santa Clara, he's not the player that what he was. He's very now soft in the back, looking up a lot of space. Yeah,
it looks nervous.
Everything looks different. And
how? The question is how?
Me and Derek said this all along when he was getting ready to leave. You have to keep the morale of the players. The morale of the players is what's going to make a good first impression. You got to get their trust because look at the trust Amorim had when were down 0-2 against Braga and they flipped that game in the second half. And they won 4-2, and they showed all that emotion, hugging the coach. You needed to continue that. You needed to get the morale of the guys to be like, you know what? I know you're new here and all, but with the morale, we trust you. And right now, after these two games, just looking at the players and the bench, and even Edwards, he's not the player what he used to be. I know that's your boy, Nino. I know. He doesn't look the same at all. He looks like he lost something too since the injury. Yeah. I wouldn't even start him anymore. I'm more hoping he would be that guy off the bench that you could bring in the 65th minute when a guy has a card or you need a break when the guys are tired on the defense. You want someone to break them down on the wing and take them one-on-one. That would be perfect for him because right now, just him and another handful of guys, just with everything going on, it's not the same. It looks totally different. Like Derek said, after two games, how can that be? It's something's not right.
Yeah. You would expect them to be good these first few games because you still had Ruben Amorim's influence.
Exactly.
Right, but
so I expect them to be strong.
Right, guys. But this is the question. So how? I mean, just because your dad leaves doesn't mean that you gotta be a moron all of a sudden, right? No, it doesn't work like that. Your dad showed you the values. You got the talent. You got the discipline. Just keep doing what you're doing. That's all you gotta do. Just keep doing what you're doing because you've been doing so great. Why, if my dad leaves, why is it gonna be all right? You know what? I'm gonna be a train wreck right now. And
like you're saying, when your dad leaves. But my thing is, when you're in the game, you're seeing what's going on. Like you and I saw the telecast. Nino kept saying it. Santa Clara's got this red wall. The Sporting can't get through this wall today. They're not. So if you can see it, Nino, I can see it. Everyone can see it. Where are the in-game tactics? Where are you signaling the guys? You know what? There's a wall. Get him outside. Let's get some early crosses into your
okay, he's hiding
the ball.
He's hiding behind the tablet.
Exactly.
All right, guys. So behind the tablet, I want to point this out because it became a pattern in the last in only 2 games. It became a pattern that it's a tremendous liability right now for Sporting. That there was one of the best defenses, if not the best defense in the in Portugal. In Arsenal's game, I think it's the first goal of the second goal. No, the first goal. The first goal is from the corner kick, right? The first one is the corner kick, right? Is the first one was the corner kick? The Arsenal game.
The first ball, it was was a through ball to Saka.
Yes.
Right. He made this weak cross. The Sporting players watched the ball go across. It went across Franco Israel.
I'm talking about
that's the third goal, the Gabriel goal, where
on a
watched
corner.
Gabriel fly from top of the box to score the header.
Yes.
Okay.
Again, it was Maxi Arroyo had a nightmare of a game.
Right. Now I pointed this goal out because of two reasons here. Right. I know they forgot how to defend. They forgot
it's a lack of focus.
At all, actually, right?
It's a lack of focus.
Right, but look, Derek. This is the thing. In both goals, in Santa Clara's goal and in that goal, he came from a set piece against Arsenal. It was in the game against Arsenal. Was 7 players from Sporting defending the 6. 7.
Yeah.
And in Santa Clara's goal,
you
see the counter. And it's 3v7. 3 Santa Clara players versus 7 players from Sporting. Everybody backing up in
to give all free
organized way.
Twice.
Nobody covered the spots. Nobody covered the seams.
Yeah.
And if you got the advantage, if you get the numerical advantage, how do you lose against 3 players? Tell me.
It happened twice.
It happened, twice.
It happened twice. In the second half, it happened again. It
happened again.
Santa Clara never committed anyone to the attack.
They had one committed attack.
Both opportunities that they had were essentially Sporting created the opportunity for them. I mean, like you said in the goal, it was really like a 1v3 or 1v4. 3 of the Sporting players went one way, and the Santa Clara guy went the way of the ball, and he scored with ease. Then the second opportunity they had in the second half, it looked like the play was totally controlled. You had 3 Sporting players. They somehow got bullied off the ball, and the guy was 1v1 with the keeper. Luckily he missed wide.
Yeah,
it was both plays should have been easily dealt with.
Right.
It's a lack of focus. It's a lack of. I see a team that's like not prepared. That's like not focused and not concentrated. They're not locked in.
They're not as aggressive anymore. They're not as aggressive anymore.
Also, how many bad passes did they make in that Santa Clara game? This is a team that was known for their fluidity. Sporting was like a carousel. It was like an orchestra. Like the fluidity of the attack. There, it was just I like how many unforced errors did they commit in that game? It was mind-boggling. I mean, in 90 minutes,
I kept saying that during the broadcast. Remember,
90 minutes they had. I mean, was Jokić's chance. I mean, it was a little luck too because the Harder's cross. I think Harder came in and played actually pretty well. Harder's cross was actually deflected, and it was a good deflection because it sat up nicely for Victor. And I cannot believe he missed that.
Yeah,
that was the one chance.
Right.
In 90 minutes, that was the one chance. That was it. Everything else were half chances.
Jokic got 3 big chances on this game. Three big chances he had on this game, and it was just for him. I mean, I got nothing against Jokic because he's a striker, and strikers they have these kind of nights where nothing goes their way. In a regular game, he will score all 3. He will have a hat trick, and we were talking about a different game, but the different story now. But it's not the case. It's not the case. It's not the case. When he fails, everything magnifies all the other errors from the team. And on top of that, there's Poch is not here. Poch is not here.
I understand that. Yeah.
In when you lose, because when you don't have Jokic, you got Trincao, you got someone else, you got Marquito. Sometimes
Poch has missed half the games, and we're still winning.
Right, and we're still scoring,
and we're still winning. We're still scoring a lot of goals. Trincao has been fantastic so far. He's been garbage under João Pereira.
Yes.
I thought he was absolute garbage against Santa Clara. He has it like every single game has been great from him.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's gone.
they're just not as aggressive
like a magic act. It's gone.
And okay, I'm gonna tell you this, guys. I wrote to Mauricio. I asked Mauricio if he thinks that this is gonna be this meltdown is gonna go away. I think it's gonna go away. It's gonna go away. But that's not the big problem here. That's not you know what's the bigger problem, right? You guys know what's the bigger problem, right? January transfer window. January transfer window.
I think the problem
is coming for Gonzalo Ignacio, for Jokic.
I don't know. Because Ruben did say when he left that he wasn't going to do that.
Right.
And in order for Victor to leave, like right now, there's no bargaining. It's 100 million or bust.
Yes.
Like a team would have to play 100 million. Like a team could come, they could come with an offer for 90, it'd get turned down. They need 100 million offer. So, who's willing? Who's going to step up and risk 100 million for a 26-year-old? It comes down to that. I think in the summer you can get a bargain on him. I think Sporting would sell him for less than 100, but in the January it would be 100. So
you don't think that they're going to leave him in January?
I think that with this coach, it's going to be impossible to hold this lead against Benfica. It'd be impossible to hold this lead. They will be overtaken.
Those teams
they will be overtaken. It's impossible. It'd be impossible.
Those teams right now, they smell blood in the water. They're sharks.
Oh yeah.
And they smell blood in the water because they saw these last 2 games and they're like, "This is exactly what we needed." Like Mikey's been begging Fabricio to put Amorim up there to get him out. This is what they wanted. This
is ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. All right, so
it is. But
out of this mess, all right, guys. Out of this mess, they're gonna give you Derek, give me one name, and Mauricio, give me one name. Out of this mess right now,
I have 2.
Who's safe? Who's safe now? Who you think is not infected by this disease that is attacking Sporting Club and in the best 11 on the roster? Who do you think is standing out of this mess?
Morton.
Yeah, he was my first pick right away. Me and Morton.
Morton.
Yeah, Humelin.
I really think he's trying to be a leader.
Yeah.
He's trying to be the face of the franchise. He really is trying. He's been very vocal when he's out there. He really is. Of the 11 guys out there, he is the one that's really showing the most fight.
Yes.
I think that getting this goalie was a calamitous mistake, a cataclysmic error. You already had a very nervous team out there. They start out. After what happened to Arsenal, that game, you could tell there was some tension in the air. The tension got multiplied by 10 when he made that high school level error on that back pass, and he had practically kicked it right to Santa Clara, and we're lucky that Santa Clara didn't score. I think that things got even more nervy after that. I saw in the stadium, you could tell from the crowd, you can tell from the team, a team that was already shaken, got shaken even more. I know that. You got it.
I think it's good.
No, I know that Franco has a flu or something like that.
Yes, he was sick.
I think Franco has a flu. Franco needs to come back. Right. This goalie inspires absolutely no confidence. And I think that he contributed to what happened on Saturday. You could just tell there was the game changed after that mistake. A team that was already nervous got even more nervous. A crowd that was already very, suspicious about what was going on got even more suspicious. So I think that is one of the guys where you paid almost €5 million for that guy. You could have gotten Ricardo Velho for half of that to be your backup.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's insane. So Franco needs to come back. I think that's one thing, but right now for me, it's Morton's the one that's trying to be the face.
Derek, when they went down 1-0 and you were watching that game, did you have any type of feeling that they will get 2 unanswered goals and take the game? Watching it
with the Santa Clara game,
yeah,
I was preparing myself for the 2-0. I really was.
So it was almost right there.
You just got that feeling.
You could see it watching the game.
You just got that feeling that they were closer to scoring the second than we were equal. It just never looked like we were going to equalize.
No.
Just never got that sense.
When I saw Santa Clara scoring, I just knew that they were not coming back from that very moment.
Yeah. I knew it too.
I was like, all right, these guys, there's no
emotionally
energy.
Yeah.
There's no energy.
It's just it's almost like they're thinking too much, as opposed to a team that was just playing, just fluid soccer where everyone had the same idea, everyone knew where to be, when they're defending or when they're attacking. The movement off the ball was superb. It was like a symphony. It was perfect. But it looked like a team that was thinking too much, that was making too many unforced errors. They were just too nervous. And here we are. The game's already on Thursday. I don't know. I think that we should have had another day. Play on Friday. But here we are already.
One
Thursday.
more. Give me just one more day. I need one more day to recover from this.
We're less than 48 hours away.
That
game is gonna. The game's gonna be massive, man. I think they're gonna go in there nervous. It's gonna be a massive game, a lot of pressure. That's a tough place to play. Porto, they just kicked Porto out of the Taça.
I know.
In the Moreira.
I know. Their confidence is right through the roof, brother.
So Cesar Peixoto, is going to have a game plan. João Pereira is obviously nervous right now. I'm sure he's doubting himself. But again, he's the last guy in the world to blame. This is 110% on Varandas' shoulders here. He is trying to He just is trying to force this guy into being, Amorim's successor, when in these 3 years of coaching, at these lower levels, the U23s and the Bs, he never demonstrated, he never showed us that he was ready for this. He had losing records, at these lower levels. I know, and it's tough. I get it. It's tough because there's a lot of movement of players going from U17 to U23, B team practicing with the A team. So there's a lack of continuity. But what has he done thus far to show that he's qualified to coach a defending champion that won their first 11 games, that's in the Champions League, that took 10 points out of 4 games in the Champions League, and trusting this guy who has not demonstrated he's qualified, You're entrusting this guy with this team. It's driving me absolutely nuts. It's like, you're given a team that's a Ferrari, that's a well-oiled machine, and you're having some 85-year-old grandmother drive. I mean, it's driving me nuts.
Did I see that on the broadcast? I said it, right?
I think you did mention something like that.
Yes,
yeah.
He said, where's the old Sporting at? This one looks like it's old and broken down.
I know. Give me the real one. This is the funny version.
Listen, what it is coming from a hard game. They lost.
This is $1 million team.
They need some points and stuff. And playing over there, Moreirense, Vila do Conde, it's not easy. That field is not easy.
This team is worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and you're entrusting the team.
I know we're gonna go with the predictions at the end of the show, right? But it looks like you're already giving me the prediction for this game on Thursday. To kick off this round 13. So maybe the round 13 is gonna be the lucky 13, the round that changed the tournament for good. Look at these guys. No, zero confidence.
This is not the guy.
Team, right?
I'm saying it today. This guy should have been fired yesterday. This is not the guy.
Right.
This is all the guy.
No, okay, Derek. I'm talking about Thursday game. I'm talking about Thursday game. Give me your prediction for Thursday. What do you think is going to be the score? All right, give me a score.
We're going to lose 2-1.
2-1. Mauricio, what do you think?
2-1.
Yeah, I honestly think it's going to be 1-1.
I'm going to go against you guys, and I think Sport is going to win this one.
I hope you're right. Of
course, I hope you're right.
They're going to win this one. You're going to score twice.
This is the least. This is the.
By the way, I know that we are under job radars now, but the numbers for Sporting away are slightly better than the numbers at home. They got more shots per game, more goals per game. They're more aggressive on the road. We'll see if that comes back to Sporting on Thursday.
They were undefeated at home.
That was under
coach, and they're undefeated on the road, and that might be gone too.
That was under a different coach.
I think they're gonna win. All right, I think they're gonna win. All right, and I'm gonna say something. I want to send a message to you at the end of the game on air. All right,
I'll be watching, man.
Okay. I want to tell you, Derek, I was right.
This is like
you were wrong.
I don't know. I mean, it's just entrusting this guy with this team would be like entrusting me with the team. Oh, let's. Has anybody ever heard of Derek Gomes? No, it's okay. He's the new coach. This is
ridiculous. Ridiculous. This is all right, guys. All right. Don't just take your pill, man. Take your your aspirin or something. Put it under your tongue. All right, because we're gonna move to the across the circular. We're gonna go to the Eagles. Gonna go to the to Benfica.
Yeah.
And what a different story, right? Because Bruno Lage he returns to save Benfica from after the fire and Roger Schmidt. And but still not convincing. But they have Di Maria on a flawless state of mind right now. He's like, I don't know. He looks like 25 right now, man. He looks like 25. He's running the show for the Eagles. Yeah. Okay. And okay, so we want to straight down to the point here. Right to the point. Was that a penalty or not? I want to say my answer last. Derek, tell me, was that a penalty or not?
No.
No penalty. All right, Mauricio.
No. When I was watching the game, no.
I want to say yes. Because his hand, all right, the goalie's hand, it was Nico Mantle, right? He touches the foot. He touches the left foot. Watch the video again and let me know. Of course, you're going to send me a message. Yeah. But watch the video closely. And the right hand takes on the left foot of the Benfica's attacker. And it was a penalty. I know we don't like Godinho. I know Godinho is always the guy, the king of the controversies in Portugal. But
I mean,
this one,
don't forget about Pinheiro.
Pinheiro,
You can't forget about that guy. Yeah,
he's number one.
I mean, before this game, I really liked Claudio Pereira. I thought he was like an up and coming referee. I was like, wow, this guy's the potential to be good. But I mean, I think his VAR let him down this game.
Really?
I think the VAR. And listen, I'm not. I mean, again, I thought we had half chances. I thought we had one clear chance from Victor. That's too little in 90 some minutes, so we can't excuse the fact that they just didn't create enough opportunities. But I mean, the one in the first half, it doesn't get much more obvious. I mean, there's this angle from the net. You're seeing it from this different angle. You see that Jenny's in the box, and this guy. The only thing I can compare it to is hockey. It was the guy checked him, like you'd see in hockey. He got checked. I mean, there was never any intention of playing the ball. I even you on the telecast, you said it. That's a penalty. Well, why aren't we? Didn't even review it.
Right.
I know.
I remember. I remember on the telecast, you said that's a penalty.
And they didn't call him, right?
They didn't even review it.
Call from the VAR. No call from the VAR.
That
was ridiculous.
Like I said, I think the VAR let him down big time in this one. And then he calls the penalty in the second half, and the VAR says, "No, it's not."
Yeah,
it was like, "What are you kidding me?" Because you do see in slow motion that the keeper's leg makes contact with Maxi's right leg before he gets to the ball with his hand. There's contact first with the knee and the foot before the goalie slaps it away with his hand. So I mean that's a penalty too. But again, I mean, Sporting didn't play well. They weren't.
That's the more concerning part. Is just how the game went. Like the referee made mistakes. Could have it built up the team more, getting a point out of that game or a win? Yeah, of course it would. But just looking how the game went and knowing what we had and looking what we're left with now, it's not a good taste in our mouth. Just the way especially the. Did we expect to go undefeated? We didn't expect to go undefeated. Nobody did, or nobody does. Yeah. But the way that you lose to Arsenal,
that's not the goal.
And then I didn't expect to get Arsenal to put that many goals in by us. Did I expect to go in and win? Probably not, but the way that they dominated the game, the way that they did was very surprising.
I think Morton said it right. Morton said we shouldn't lose 5-1 to any team.
Anybody. Yes. He said that right after the game.
He came out and said that. And, I wholeheartly agree with him.
Me too.
But I mean, we needed to beat Santa Clara at home. We needed to. It wasn't like Santa Clara put on this brilliant display. I mean, they just defended. They fouled. They fouled when they had to foul, and Sporting was way too passive. Defensively, and they just coughed up these opportunities.
Listen, I give Santa Clara credit. They're fourth in the league for a reason.
All the credit.
They're doing something right defensively.
They stay compact and
they're compact.
They're very aggressive. I think you mentioned that they lead in fouls. I think
exactly.
The fouls most.
They're
aggressive. They play very physical.
In the league right now, the most cautious. With those, they got like 4. How many they have in that game? I don't know how many, but they entered that game with 38.
Well, you saw when Yergres got the ball. When Yergres got the ball, not only was that wall there, they weren't letting him turn. There were like at least 1 or 2 jumping on his back, going along for the ride. They weren't letting him go. They were ready to get the cards and get the fouls.
They were fine. They were fine with the cards and the fouls.
They were fine.
That was the approach.
Yep.
They got away with it. It worked. It worked for them. It worked for them. So
I mean, I don't want to take anything away from Santa Clara, but in my opinion, Sporting lost this game more than Santa Clara won this game.
100%.
No, of course. Yeah. They had the one chance that they got 3. I think they got 3 clear chances throughout the game, and they got 1 done, and that's it. And I know, sorry for Sporting. Mauricio, you watch all the games, right?
Yes.
Do you get the Benfica game? Did you watch the Benfica game? No.
Yes, I did.
gotta ask you this. We've been with Mikey here and in Argentina also. Lots of complaints about Nico Tamendi. I'm like, what do you complain about this guy? Why? Because he made a couple of errors that led to goals and led to losses. It's fine. But he's one of, if not the best, probably the second best. I think Gonzalo Inácio is the best. I think he's the second best center back in the Premier League.
I don't agree with you there. I don't think he's the second best. He's very inconsistent, and I think the only reason Benfica doesn't play Antonio Silva is because he's the same way. He's just very on and off with the same thing. The best defender they got.
He's a liability.
Yeah, the best guy they got is Araújo. He's been a stud. He's been a diamond in the rough, just coming up. Yeah, he's been really good for them back there. And Mikey will tell you that he's not big on Otamendi either, but he's a veteran. That's the only thing. Like what Sporting had with Coates. Coates was more reliable, obviously, but that veteran presence where he can tell you where to be defensively, like Bob and Caceres, that's important for Benfica. Yeah. But there's a couple more center backs I'd rather have than
like who? Like who? Tell me.
Like
Otavio.
I'm a big fan of Diomande when he's playing. When Diomande's playing, I'm a
it's
a stud.
I mean, you can give me the two guys from your same team. And give me another one.
But listen, I do like Otavio. I like Otavio as well at Porto.
I think
he's been getting marginalized though. I don't think he's the favorite anymore.
For some reason,
they're playing with Thiago Jallo and the other guy, right?
Yeah, he was riding the bench for some reason.
He was riding the bench for several games. Yeah. So he fell out of favor. It was because they're going with Nuan Perez and they're going with Thiago Jallo.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
That's who they're playing with.
Listen, I'm also.
I thought Otavio was going to be really good.
Right.
I thought he was going to have a really breakout season. Then all of a sudden, he's not playing.
Right. Listen, another guy that I like that doesn't get a lot of credit is like Ion Guimarães, Barokovic, or whoever's back there.
Tony Boretkovic.
He plays very well back there as well. He's consistent, plays every game for Guimarães. Is always back there, always putting up with the top forwards in the league and everything. Yeah. I'm a big fan of him too.
Yeah, and Braga has.
I think he came from Famalicão too, right? Boretkovic.
Yeah.
I think he played for Fama before.
Who didn't play for Fama?
Boretkovic. Everyone played for Fama, right?
And Otavio.
Hold on a second. Wait. Let me just double check here. I'm pretty sure. Let me. Come on. I don't want.
Fama just got rid of their coach.
Yes, they did. And then guess who's the rumored coach, Derek? The guy that was at Braga that got fired.
No.
I think that's the guy to get.
He's a good coach.
I think that's the guy Sporting should.
Danny Souza.
Yes.
I think they should go after him.
So that's who Famalicão wants to go.
I know people might think I'm crazy, but I think that's the guy to go after.
Sporting.
Yeah, for Sporting.
All right. So all right.
Are you gonna tell me that João Pereira is more qualified than him?
No. But what I'm saying is this. So you rather go rogue right now by the end of December.
Start
the new year with a new coach.
Guy, it really is like having he has no clout. He just has no clout. I think he'll get up after watching his tablet. He'll go out there. He'll spew some things. I don't think anybody's listening. I think this guy has absolutely no influence over the team. Right. I mean that's just my opinion. This guy's a complete lightweight. He's not qualified. I mean, I would even go for Conceição. I would go for either Conceição or Daniel Souza. Conceição would go in there and light a fire under that team. There's zero doubt about that.
Listen, the guy I want...
I would take Conceição or Daniel Souza any day.
The guy I want, and I've been preaching this, he's down in Brazil, and he plays for a team called Palmeiras.
Abel Ferreira.
That's going to be very complicated, though.
Right. That's the guy I would want.
That's super complicated.
He's in the last year of his contract. He's also been familiar with the league. He knows this. He knows our club.
He knows
for our club. Sure. He's a guy at Palmeiras where he gets no money, no funds to help his team. Still wins the way that he wins the Libertadores, and the Brasileiro over there. And look at the guys he's been selling. He sells the youngsters, Endrick, Estival. He's building their young talent, and then he gets none back, and he's still his teams play aggressive with good coach. That would be my guy. If I'm Sporting,
I like that,
and I want to build, and I want a guy who knows the league, who knows our team, our club and everything. That would be my guy. If you paid $10 million for Amorim, you're telling me you wouldn't give $10 million to go get a Bell?
Yeah.
That's what I would do. If not,
then we also got to gauge, Abel's. I mean, Abel's like a king down there. I don't know how excited he would be about leaving. I don't know. I mean, so right now, Danny Souza and Sergio Conceição right now do not have a team.
Right,
they don't have a team. Right?
And I am saying this now, and I wholeheartedly believe this in my heart. The longer we're with this guy, the worse it's going to get. This is, this guy is so unqualified. Every time I see him, I get nervous.
Nino, this is our next schedule of games. We go to Moreirense Thursday.
Right.
After that, we have to go to Belgium to play Bruges. After that, we're at home against Boavista.
Yeah.
Then we play a Taça game at home with Santa Clara again.
Oh,
bring those bastards back.
No way.
And then we go to Gil Vicente before we play Benfica at home.
Yeah, I mean, Gil Vicente's a mess.
Yes. So
it's definitely not scaring me, but
this month.
But
I don't. To be honest with you, I don't trust Sporting against anybody right now. I don't.
You trust against anybody.
I don't trust against anybody right now. I'm as serious as a heart attack. This guy has to go. We need to fire. We need
this month.
I know Varandas watches the show. Fire him tonight.
Hold on a second. Wait a second. Hello? Yeah, Mr. Varandas. Mr. Varandas, yeah, you should find the operator right now.
I'm telling you, this is how I feel about it. This guy has to go.
This Varandas here, he wants to talk to you.
Hey. He's got to go.
Listen, if this doesn't go well on Thursday,
if it doesn't go well on Thursday, it's not going to go well on Tuesday.
Yes.
They're going to come back to Portugal on the airplane. They're going to come back to Portugal. They're going to go on the bus and go to Alvalade, and there are going to be people waiting. I'm telling you that right now, and they're not going to be happy people. There will be pitchforks. There's going to be torches. It's not going to be pretty. It's not. I mean, look at what happened. Look what happened to Victor Bruno. I mean, after they got eliminated from Moreirense the next day for the training session, he had to be escorted by security. This is, Sporting is a team that, over this, they won 40 of the last 45 games with Ruben. This is a team that's used to winning and dominating. If they lose 4 games in a row, and they're on the way back to the Alvalade, what do you think? There are going to be people there. And Varandas got lifted because he took a chance on Amorim and like he hit the jackpot.
Yeah.
But he can be just as easily ruined. And this João Pereira is the guy to ruin him. If he's not decisive and makes a bold move and takes him out.
If this guy has the month that we think he's going to have and it goes down in flames, everything Varandas has done, that he has built. He's been a great president. He's done everything that us Sportingistas has wanted for a long time, to build up the youngsters, the program, the coach. We're finally up there. This guy can knock all that down.
It will vanish
in a month if he doesn't. If he doesn't start picking up where Amorim left off a little bit, because it's all for naught. Then everything Amorim did those years, it's all for naught.
My God. All right, we'll see.
I know you're surprised by this, Nino, but this is how I feel, and this is how I've been feeling. And after looking at this whole thing, and looking at João Pereira's background, and looking at, I know that there were some other coaches that people took a chance on and it worked. I know Pep Guardiola. He was coaching Barcelona B, then he went to Barcelona and made the greatest club team that the world has ever seen. And prior to that, he only coached the Barcelona B team for 1 year. But in that year, they won the Terceira Division. So at least he showed some promise. Ruben Amorim was coaching Braga. I think he only coached Braga for 13 games. But in those 13 games, he beat Porto, Benfica, and Sporting. There was something there. He demonstrated something. There was something to go on. What has this guy done in these 3 years? What has he done? Like, what is he? How has he demonstrated that he's capable of holding this job?
A good example just happened. A good example just happened now, Nino. Artur Jorge. He let go of Braga. Braga's like, you know what? Go ahead. You can go to Botafogo. We'll find a new coach, blah, blah, blah. What have they done since Artur Jorge left? And look what he's done with Botafogo. He's going to win the league. He just won the Copa Libertadores.
Oh.
And you guys have Carvalhal, and you're in the middle of the pack going up and down. So you let him. It's almost like a situation like that. Be thankful for what you have, but you better be able to replace it too. And we're almost like in the same boat.
Absolutely. Look at Betancourt Maracas cases. I agree. Abel should be the target. We're gonna put this out there, man. We're gonna send this message to the cyber world here. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, this is Mauricio Ruano's idea. This is the pick. This is the pick for Sporting. Bring Abel Ferreira back to the Primera Liga and back to Sporting to lead the way. That's the message. I want to make sure that everybody knows this.
At least Abel has shown that he's qualified.
Yeah,
I mean,
100%.
He's won. I mean, he's a winner. He's won titles. He's shown some qualifications. You know, I just need someone that has some resume that had shown something. What has this guy shown? I mean, this.
The only concerning is playing the under-23s, the Bs. You never had a grown man's team. You were with the youngsters. You were developing young kids in the program and everything.
Yeah.
Like. So I get where Derek's saying. Like, what have you done? Like, what coaching experience? Who gained your trust as a player? Because everyone you've had, they're all young kids. You've never had to deal with grown men where their team and everything like that. And that's where I get Derek's frustration, because I'm there too. He's really never done or led anything to gain any type of confidence. Nothing.
He has not shown me that he's qualified. I mean, what? I mean, it really is just. It's almost entrusting this, €1 million team with someone off the street. I mean, what is he? I don't get it. Like, this is just Varandas, convincing himself. 3 years ago that João Pereira is the guy. He hasn't coached the game yet, but he's the guy. He's going to be Ruben Amorim's successor. When Ruben leaves, it's him. Right. I mean, you can wish upon a star all you want, but I mean, this guy has not demonstrated to me that he's qualified enough to handle a team of this magnitude.
That's why during the press conference,
Think about like Jorge Jesus. Now we all look at Jorge Jesus as this great coach. Jorge Jesus coached Felgueiras. Jorge Jesus coached Bolonês. Jorge Jesus coached Vitória de Setúbal. He coached Estrela da Amadora. He went through so many teams, and then he proved himself.
To get to that spot.
No. Then he got to Braga, and he made Braga a solid team. And then, he took Benfica. Benfica was in limbo. They were like Sporting status for like 7 or 8 years. And he took that team and he brought them to the top. But he proved, he cut his teeth. He went through so many teams. He kept on showing that he could do it. There was a resume there. He proved himself. What has this guy done? This guy has not proved anything.
Nothing. He has done nothing. So, guys, this is the thing, right? So, Betancourt Maracas says if you operate a 6th round, Sporting will be in 3rd place by being January.
You're absolutely right, Betancourt Maracas. You're right.
He's right, man. He's right, man. It's a debacle.
And by mid-February, they're in 4th place.
Nino, I think Derek needs a hug. I think he needs a hug.
I know. No, he needs a beer, man.
He needs a beer. This shit has been keeping me up at night. This is just like, I can't.
Listen, Nino, it's giving me more weight.
San Jose Cuervo for my boy Derek. Okay, it's on my top. Put it on my top, please. All right, guys. This is the catharsis. It's gonna be a catharsis for Sporting. I wanted to go into the other teams, but we we got carried away. So
No.
we have time to talk about anybody across the circular, anybody from Ciudad Invicta, anybody else. So it's just the Sporting. So now we're gonna go. Of course, we're gonna go with the predictions. We already got the prediction for Thursday. Yep. Derek says that the Sporting is gonna lose 2-1. Yep. Mauricio says it's gonna be 1-1, and I say that Sporting is gonna win 2-1. Oh, look at this, man! The odds. You see, the odds say 1.38 for Sporting and 7.5 for Moreirense. So if you're gonna put some money down, do it. All right.
Put some money down. You're gonna make a lot of money. You're gonna make a lot of money.
All right. Friday game. Braga Estoril at the Municipal de Braga. Derek, what's your call?
I think Braga probably now believes they can catch third place. So they're motivated. They're gonna win 2-0.
Mauricio?
I actually agree with Derek with the 2-0 for Braga.
I say put 3. I say Braga's gonna put 3 in Astoria. Okay. That's how it's gonna work. Saturday games. All right, we're going with Gil Vicente in Barcelos versus Nacional de Madeira. Mr. Gomez.
1-1.
1-1. What do you say, Mauricio?
I will say 1-0 Gil Vicente.
I'm gonna say 3-1 Gil Vicente. 3-1 Gil Vicente. Oh, Benfica playing on Saturday. I got that game too. I got that game versus Victoria Guimaraes.
Oh, okay, all right.
Oh boy, that's gonna be an interesting game, Mr. Gomez. Don't tell me what you wish. Tell me what you think.
I think Benfica is gonna win. 2-1. I think Guimaraes is they're gonna put up a fight. I think it's gonna be a good game. I don't think Benfica's been playing overly impressive football.
No,
but they're not. I mean, they're winning. I'm not saying that they're not, but
they're winning. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think they'll win. 2-1.
All right, Mauricio.
I'll go Benfica as well. I'll go 2-0 Benfica.
I go for the draw on this one, but it's gonna be a lot of goals. I want to say it's gonna be like 2-2 on this one.
That'd be great. Yeah.
2-2.
That'd be great.
Santa Clara. You want to hear that name, but I gotta tell you guys, Santa Clara versus Rio Ave in the island.
1-0 Santa Clara.
Mauricio.
I'm gonna go 1-1. Petit has Rio Ave playing good ball now.
Yeah. I want to say. No, I think Santa Clara is gonna win this. Santa Clara is gonna win. It's gonna win good. 2-0 Santa Clara.
Okay.
All right. Next game is Famalicão versus Porto. Oh. I'll take Fam on this one. I'm sorry, guys. I'll take Fam on this one. It's gonna be 2-1 Famalicão.
I think it's gonna be 2-1 the other way.
Porto. All right, Mauricio.
No.
I think it'll be 2-1 the other way to Porto. Famalicão with the coaching change, just not enough time.
Yeah, they have not been playing.
Right. Forgot about that.
They haven't won a game since August.
Yeah, they're not playing well. I was surprised with how easy Sporting won that game in Famalicão.
Yeah.
That gave me serious doubt about them. Yeah.
All right. So what do we got now? Sunday, Boa Vista Farense. Jesus. Minus 1.
That's an ugly game.
No goals here. No goals. 0-0.
I'm gonna go 1-1.
I might be the only one who watches this game. I'm gonna go 1-0 Farense.
Wow, win on the road.
Yes.
All right. Casa Pia versus AVS, Aves, CDFs, whatever they call them.
Yep.
What you got?
I'm gonna go Casa Pia in that one. I'm gonna go 2-0.
Okay.
I go 2-0 Casa Pia. I think
Mauricio?
I'm gonna go 2-1 Casa Pia.
2-1 Casa Pia. All right. I'm gonna go with Casapia also. Say 1-0 Casapia. 1-0 Casapia. And on Monday, oh man, Estrella Amadora versus Arauca.
I will not watch that game.
That'll be me.
1-0. 1-0 Estrella.
I'm gonna go. Hopefully, it's a fun game. I'll go 2-2. I don't think Arauca played that bad against Benfica, to be honest with you.
No,
they didn't play that bad. Let's go 2-2.
Hey, Mauricio? 2-2.
I think it still is going to go down this year. Unfortunately, I'm going to go Arauca 1-0.
I think so. I think so too, man. So these are the games that we have this weekend, guys. In addition to the sporting game on Thursday, we got the games on Gold TV of Braga Estoril on Friday. We got BENFICA Vitória Guimarães. I got that game. Famalicão Porto and Casapia versus Aves. Those are the games that are gonna go on air on Gold TV. Look at hold on a second. We got the prediction here from Betancourt Maracas saying Benfica 5-0 Vitória Guimarães.
That can certainly happen.
Score an own goal and get an early red
card. And a red card. Yeah, that can certainly happen. Yeah.
Is Pereira the referee again?
I don't think Claudio Pereira is going to have a game this weekend. No, I don't think he's going to game this weekend.
Take a rest, buddy. Take a rest. Maybe get your own, get your own monitor or something.
Shit canned for this last. Yeah.
The league is giving him and the VAR a rest this weekend.
Yeah. I think they're going to get both a little vacation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my. Well, guys, thank you so much.
Awesome.
Thank you for this edition of Tuga Tuesday. Hopefully you let it all out and there's nothing else in your system. You flush it all of it here.
But here's the thing: if they lose on Thursday, then they lose on Tuesday. So next Tuesday night, it's gonna get even worse. We're gonna be here till midnight.
Mauricio, thank you guys. This was Tuga Tuesday. It's always fun with you, and
all right.
We'll see you next Tuesday. Take care.
All right, Nino. Good night, guys.
See you guys.